Off-brand Lego is just as good as Lego, but the price is a lot better. Or at least that's what some people in my comments love to say. And in today's video, I accidentally ended up testing that out. Let's get right into it. I just got free Legos and the box is sitting right here, but the catch is I have no idea what's inside. As at least two of you know, I have a P.O. box listed in the description down below, and I got two things in the P.O. box, including this thing. Now, I'm like 90% sure there's Legos inside because listen. I mean, that sounds like Legos, right? This is the first time I've ever received Legos to my P.O. box. I wanted to open it up with you guys, but really quickly first, I wanted to show you guys a subscriber named Wilson who actually emailed me earlier today to make sure I got them, had sent me these two little guys. These are both Fred minifigures from the Scooby-Doo sets, and I definitely will be adding these into my Lego City because I think that'll be a lot of fun. So I just want to say a really quick thank you to Wilson. Let's go ahead and go for it. Oh, no way! We do have this cute little gumball machine, which I'm super excited to build. I think it's going to look really cool. So I do see a little note in here, so let's thank whoever this is, and then we'll get right into building. This note just says what it is. Interesting. Well, thank you to whoever sent this to me. I'm super excited to get into it. This looks really cool. It looks pretty similar to the prize machine, so I feel like I can actually do a one-to-one comparison. So let's open this up and go for it. First of all, it's been a few days since I filmed the intro and the build. My filming process is a lot, and I'd be happy to elaborate in the comments. Right before sitting down, I tried to check my email to see if I could figure out who sent it. Honestly, I'm terrible at checking my email. I ended up finding an email from someone over a month ago at Fantasy who said that they were sending me this set. I genuinely had no clue that the company itself had sent me this set. I had my thoughts pre-written down, but I was feeling a little bit bad for being critical, but now knowing that the company sent it, I don't quite feel the same way. So this is the Fantasy Retro Gumball Machine set. This is the first non-Lego brand building block set I've done since last November when I tried those viral TikTok bugs in a bell jar. And honestly, I hated it so much. I totally rage quit it and never finished it. I think I put it in my trash actually. It put such a bad taste in my mouth with off-brand, but I do have to say this set restored my faith in that a little. I'd say with this one, there's for sure some drawbacks and some things they did different that I liked. Okay, for one, and it definitely takes a few pages to get used to, it has you place a lot more bricks per step. Sometimes I feel like the Lego booklets are massive, but they could be a lot smaller if they just combined a few steps. I'd also say this booklet feels top tier, just as top tier as the nice Lego booklets. I also really love the silver and gold pieces in here. I'm not sure how they produce this color, but it's really nice. Actually, all the colors throughout this one are incredible and stay really consistent, which is good. I've seen a lot with the off-brand sets where the colors can have a bit of variance between pieces that are meant to be the same color. I caught absolutely none of that, which is great. This set is quite big. That didn't go unnoticed. Speaking of that, here's a massive critique I have with this set. Without going back through the booklet or this footage and counting every single piece, I have no idea how many pieces this has. As a Lego reviewer, I really like seeing how many pieces something has because I really like to be able to compare the price per brick. But also, as someone who is an avid Lego builder, I really like being able to see the piece count to have an idea of how long it'll take me to build a set. If I see something with 600 pieces, I know it'll end up taking about an hour and 20 minutes to 2 hours to complete the set. If a set is over 3,000 pieces, I know I need to set aside a day to work on it and not plan on doing much else. Some reviews on this set were complaining that it was flimsy, and I mostly find that not to be the case. For some reason, these bricks seem to be ever so slightly harder than Lego, which means when they lock into place, they're pretty locked in. I did find it occasionally a bit harder to get them into place, but I'd say unless you build 2 Lego sets a week and try to make a job out of your hobby, like I have, you won't notice the difference. The build techniques were definitely a bit different than how Lego would be. I don't think I can tell you if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Personally, I don't mind it. It was fun to use blocks in a new way. However, if you aren't as open-minded to different techniques, you might find the process frustrating. There is a really fun Easter egg in the set that I really enjoyed. There's a fun little toy room hidden in the set that reminds me a lot of the arcade machine set Lego recently released. I had a lot of fun building that part. I also enjoyed the decorative silver parts of the set. The whole cranking mechanism is super ornamental, which screams retro to me. Honestly, the whole lower half of this build I thought was great, but the upper half, not so much. I do want to preface with the Amazon page. This has reviews going back all the way to summer 2024, so this most likely predates the minifigure vending machine. But the gachapon gachapon balls for this are really bad. I found them to be extremely hard to put together. All 24 of them in total took me like 8.5 minutes to do. They were really flimsy and very frustrating. Half the gachapons are like fun little side builds that you do, and I find that fun. But the other half is almost like these fortune cookie type papers with similar words of wisdom on them. I found them a bit lame too because I felt like I wasn't even doing a building block set for like 4 minutes of the build. Also, the ball tank part of it snapped nicely to the bottom part of it, but I still can't get the top secured on. Also, because it's been a few days, my Freds are officially in my Lego city. I only have 2 sets for it so far, but he's up on the rooftop terrace of the boutique hotel and in the pizza shop of the jazz club. So thank you so much for that again. I did mention the minifigure vending machine, so I did want to do a slight comparison since I have both. I don't think that this is a dupe of this. I think it's just kind of a weird coincidence. It's not like that novel of a concept. This came out, I believe, in 2024, and on Lego Ideas, this one started picking up traction in 2024, but for these building block companies, they can't just like pull it out of thin air and have it ready to launch. They have to come up with a concept and make the booklets, and it has to go into production, so I just think it's a weird coincidence. But for the minifigure vending machine, this is going to be as polished as any Lego set is. It's going to feel really solid. I feel like I can move it like this, and I feel totally okay. The gachapon in this one are superior. They are a little hard to pull apart, but they won't break, and they're pretty easy to put back together. With this one, I really do like the aspect of minifigures in here. For me, when I get gachapon, and I actually do this way more than I'd like to admit in Japan, but I am going for those little figurines in there, so the idea of minifigs being in there makes complete sense to me. I also think the tank and the top design are quite superior. There's also like, the bricks on here, the clear bricks, have very little imperfections on it. I really want to turn this here so you can see it. It looks really good, and I wish I could say the same for the retro gumball machine. I didn't mention this during my part, but I did notice there was some scratching and some weird marks. I don't know if you can see, it's like reflecting weird right here. And it just kind of came like that. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. This one also is older, so I do feel like we have to give it some slight grace as when Lego was creating this one, because it was a Lego idea set, but it was heavily modified to get here. They might have seen some of the mistakes with this one and then changed it in this one. This one's crank mechanism does work, but it is not like this one where you have to put in a coin to get it to move. So that is something to keep in mind. I do really love the gold and silver on this one, and to me, it makes it so much more eye-catching than like the silver on this. It's not silver, the gray on this one. Also, the inclusion of the little room on this was much appreciated, and I love little Easter eggs like that, so I was really happy that there was a little Easter egg in here. Okay, I'm gonna put these down. Scary! And then also, you know, everything I said earlier totally applies. I love how ornamental, I'm saying ornamental, that's a real word. Look it up. I love how ornamental the front of it is. I think that it looks really good. So it is a really cool set. I do want to point out that this one is a lot more economical. So for a $70 set, you have to expect that the quality maybe isn't going to be 100% the same as one that I believe is $139. This is significantly more expensive than this one. So of course, like this one's going to be a little bit nicer. So I do think this one is a really good option if you happen to love this concept but then don't want to spend the full price on a Lego set. But I really think it's up to the individual. I would take in mind everything I said during the talk over portion because that'll help you a lot. But overall, I think I spent like about 2.5 or 3 hours on this one, and I didn't feel like it was a waste of time, and I did find myself enjoying the set quite a bit. So I think my eyes have been opened back up to off-brand Lego sets aren't necessarily more terrible, at least not as bad as that one. This isn't sponsored or anything, but I definitely do feel like this one restored my faith in off-brand Lego sets. That one TikTok shop one, if you've been on my channel since then, absolutely wrecked me. It made me so unbelievably mad. These pieces don't slide together as nice, and they feel a little rough. Why is there a marker over this? Ah! Come on. Oh no. Where did that even go? These bags also just don't open well. I don't want to explode it. I don't like how this doesn't snap in, like it's not a Lego piece at the bottom. I do like the bottle. What are you supposed to do if these don't even snap together? This is awful. I think when there's companies like this that are doing decent Lego sets, it kind of pushes Lego to also increase their standard, which then pushes these other companies to increase their standard, and ultimately us as the consumers are the winners of that. I'm really happy I did it, and honestly, I'm happy I got sent it, even though I didn't realize I was being sent it by the company when I opened it. But is there an off-brand Lego set of a different Lego set you want me to try and then try to compare the two so you can figure out if you get the off-brand one or the Lego one? Definitely let me know. I did just hit 7,000 subscribers this morning, and I'm like blown away. That's crazy to me. I have been watching like Social Blade, and it has said I'm probably gonna hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, which is insane to me. So I knew I would hit 7,000 at some point, but still, it's crazy to me when you think about that. There are concerts that are 7,000 people, and it's insane. So it's crazy to me that 7,000 of you have tapped subscribe, and I just want to say like a huge thank you for that, because this channel is absolutely my dream, and I'm just so appreciative that 7,000 of you would choose to support that. It seriously, it means the world. So thank you so much for that, and I want to say a little special thank you to my channel members. Thank you so much for choosing to join that, and with that said, I will see you guys next time. All right, bye!